There we go, that's better. Right, so today I wanted to do like more of a bit of a podcast kind of thing. Like, jeez, this bloody headset. Right. Hopefully the thingy-bob volumes. What do you call it? The volumes are actually all good and stuff. A couple of things I actually wanted to go over because stuff is coming up in just over a week now. We've got VSFighting, which basically I'm going to be luckily competing in the Super Turbo tournament. I managed to get the funds to go down thanks to Retro Rick. So massive shout outs to Retro Rick for giving me the full donation the other day with the 24-hour stream. Despite he did end up donating pretty early. I ended up doing the full 24 hours, so that is on my Twitch archive. If you want to have a look at that, you can do. Done all sorts in there, but like I'm pretty excited to be going to VSFighting for the very first time. Oh my god, this bloody wire keeps on coming out. I swear to God, like this is the only thing that's keeping me enabling me to listen to music right now whilst I do this podcast. Right, so basically it's gonna be really interesting, the whole VSFighting thing, because this will be the very first time that I've ever been to a VSFighting tournament. Right, screw that choir. I'm not entirely sure what to expect because, as I say, it looks like it's going to be a pretty packed tournament, and it does look like a lot of players have entered this year's VSFighting in order to get like the Capcom Pro Tour points, as well as taking part like in the Dragon Ball FighterZ tournaments and stuff. Like literally the whole thing is packed. Like let me just have a look at the attendees in general. So for Street Fighter 5, we've got like Dogura, we've got Goichi, Tokido's gonna be appearing, Infiltration's gonna be appearing, Daigo's gonna be appearing, like Oil King's gonna be appearing, Fudo's gonna be there, Gamer B, Luffy, Gachi-kun, Justin Wong's also entering Super Turbo, so that's gonna be interesting. Bonchan, Venom, Problem X obviously gonna be representing his own country, innit? Ricky Ortiz, Momochi, Punk, Sako, Moke, Salty Kid, Itabashi, Zangief, like literally just the first page alone is pretty stacked for Street Fighter 5. So even if you're not going for like the tournament in general, so according to the how many people have signed up to Street Fighter 5 alone is 218 attendees. So that's quite hefty. Like especially the UK tournament, it's probably, I think VSFighting is probably going to be the most stacked tournament for a very long time. So and it's going to be, after this especially, it's going to be hailed as the best fighting game tournament in the UK. So to actually be able to get the chance to be a part of this is really good. Like I kind of did miss out on getting the normal price, which was £30, so that's why I had to do a bit of this streaming to get the funds to go for the 75 venue fee, because obviously I was having money issues beforehand. So as I say, literally saved by one man, Retro Rick. So it's really good. Let's see. So basically, I'll be entering Super Turbo, which Super Turbo is going to be done on Super Guns. So it'll be official arcade hardware with CRTs run by Martin, as well as I would think Zero One as well. So that's Unwanted and Zero One. They're going to be running the tournament. Like there'll be I don't know if there'll be a stream, but there usually is a recording. So hopefully I'll be able to get some time onto the stream. Which, like, I'm more than happy to run the stream and stuff. Like, tournament sake, I just want to see how far I can go. But I always tend to go for more of the content than entering tournaments. But, like, you know, I've been playing a lot of Super Turbo 30th as well. So, like, it'll be very, very interesting. Yes, Nate, I am going to VSFighting. So I will be going for 1 day because Super Turbo tournament is only 1 day. So Super Turbo is on the Saturday, which I'll be getting an overnight coach to go all the way to Birmingham, and then I'll be getting the night coach back to Newcastle on the same day. So like as I said before, like I think it'll be really good to not only like take part in just a Super Turbo tournament, but to see all the top players be at VSFighting. Like, I'm gonna see if I can get some pictures, maybe some videos of some of the top players. You know, fanboy a little. It'll be all really good. You know, Mike might be going for DBZ. Might be going, dude. You know the venue fee is like 75 quid. Like, did you pay for any of the stuff like beforehand? I get all. Thanks for the follow as well, by the way, Nate. Appreciate it, dude. Right, I'm trying to put this wire back in. See if I can. There we go. That's probably gonna fall out in a few seconds, but eh. Yeah, dude. Dude, you've missed the you've missed the normal price, and now they had to bump it up to 75. That's a pretty expensive penny. Yeah, dude. I've literally been funded to go to VSFighting. Like, I got a donation to help me go by one guy, and like literally I'm indebted to him. So I'm gonna do everything I can, as well as do well in the tournament, especially if somebody's funded me to go. So it'll be really good. But yeah. So like hopefully I would hope it'll be the very first time that I've been to Birmingham as well. So like I want to make sure that I have enough money to at least have a look around the place a bit. Because I've got a lot of time to kill after the tournament. Like, maybe, like, I would hope, like, we'll do, like, a group gathering to get some food and stuff, because that's one of the things I've always wanted to do, like, just go to a restaurant and, like, chill out with everybody from the Street Fighter community. So, like, it'll be really good. I didn't expect a UK tournament to be that expensive. Dude! Like, yeah, it's probably the most expensive but the most jam-packed tournament in the UK. The reason why it was bumped up to 75 was because of time constraints and organising the tournament. It had to be worth the organiser, Justin Xavier's, time in order to run the tournament. So yeah. But the thing is that for someone like him, because it's obviously so packed with a whole load of overseas players, including Daigo, Bonchan, Dogura, Goichi, like, you know, Infiltration, like, he doesn't need anyone else. Like, his tournament's already packed to fuck, so, you know. But, yeah, I'm actually like kind of scared a little about like going to Birmingham and then hearing the Brummie accent and then like laughing because, like, I mean, I thought the Essex accent was funny and like, Birmingham accent is going to be very interesting to say the least. But yeah, like I definitely want to try and get as much content as possible. I'll be posting up on YouTube and stuff. And hopefully, I would hope so, especially top 8, there should be a stream, but it's definitely going to be recorded and put up onto YouTube regardless. So, your boy, hopefully will be on stream. Because they've got the likes of Justin Wong entering the Super Turbo tournament. Let's have a look, actually. Who it is exactly. Filter, Super Turbo. So they've got Justin Wong entering, they've got I'm Still to Daddy entering. Holy shit. I'm Still to Daddy's called Sean Dench? Yo. Orf is the #1 Street Fighter player in the UK. They've also got Gorka Jack, he's the #1 Guard player in the UK. Let's have a look. They've got Ryan Hart entering, which is going to be interesting. Now, I'm thinking this is Jin, but it's got like Jin, like, on there as well. I think that's Jin, the Jin that we all know. Let's see. Who else? Some other people I do know. Sprint, yeah. Fuzzy's a really good Kami and Ryu player. Like, damn, he's really, really good. And then that's about it. And then you've got myself as well. That's gonna be there. So hopefully, as I say, hopefully I can get as far as I can. At least top 8. At least top 8. Maybe I can get to top 8. But there's just so many good players at the moment. So I will reside on the stream if I don't get that far. But yeah. So versus fighting over. I want to move on to the next subject, which is Street Fighter 30th and the support that it's got so far. And what I mean by that is that so recently Street Fighter 30th released a patch, which the patch basically only sorted out the sound for the Street Fighter 3 games, so turning it from mono to stereo, which they also did some online sorting as well, which I do appreciate it. What you call it? They basically sorted out a like a limiter, so similar to other Street Fighter games, you basically choose from all the way up to only 5 bar connections in order to help with the online experience. Now the thing is it's been really weird lately. So they've made some improvements, they said, on the online network, which has been really good, don't get me wrong. But there are some people that I'm able to come across and play perfectly fine, maybe with a few bits like stuttering and stuff. I was able to play a Street Fighter 2 player called Afrocall, who's like, it's like, I think it's the south end of America, I can't remember exactly, I don't know where Afrocall's from. But I was playing a good few matches and the connectivity was actually really good, aside from the occasional stuttering, and that was about it. But I was only able to find them when I like switched to any, so it kind of it's a bit confusing where, like, because when I put it up to 4.5 I wasn't able to find them, I put it to any, I was able to find Afrocall again. So I find it really strange how it actually all works. I don't know, maybe they've made improvements to, like, say 2-bar connections or whatever, but like, it doesn't, I'm not sure if the connections are actually being read correctly or not. Because I would have said that would have been at least like a 3 connection, um, bordering on 4 with the occasional stutter. That was it. So, but I wasn't able to pick it up with the Wi-Fi limiter. So, well, the bar limiter basically. So, I'm actually really confused what they've done. To be fair, like, they put a patch in, and they made some changes, and it's not exactly clear what they've done aside from the change to the from mono to stereo in Street Fighter 3 and the removal of Akuma in online ST, and that also includes the online arcade as well. You cannot use Akuma in the online arcade. Some of the things that I would like to probably suggest as such, so one of the things I actually wrote down, I've wrote down a very long script, and it was basically part of my top 5 like changes for Street Fighter 30th anniversary. And one of the big ones I thought of, which it'll probably be very difficult, don't get me wrong, but it's been known to improve something like Street Fighter 30th, which is crossplay. So crossplay or cross-platform is, ever since Fortnite has been able to do it. So that's Fortnite, it's a battle royale made by Epic Games, made everything cross-platform. So basically you could, whether you're on console, PC or mobile, you could actually play with your friends on whatever platform that you're using, and that increased the player base a lot. Like, within 3 months they increased from like what was it, like 20,000 to 45,000 or something, and then recently they've got up to like over 100,000 players. It's actually in my notes, to be fair. Like, I did this whole research on Fortnite just to make a point. But like, the thing is that there's people who are playing on PS4, there's people who are playing on Switch, there's people who are playing on Xbox One, probably very little, and there's also people playing on Steam. And the thing is that you can spend like, I don't know, like an hour or so, maybe 2 hours at maximum trying to get a game on something like Steam. But people are going to go more towards a certain console if the people are going more towards, say, PS4 or Switch, because that's a really popular version of popular console. And then, like, I found that the Switch community on ST is a lot popular on there compared to, like, say, Steam. PS4, I'm not entirely sure. I know that there is a pretty decent community in comparison to Steam. Steam doesn't get that many people on there, and then you have to take into account of how many players are online, as well as the connection that you have with those players. How far away are they? Will they have a decent connection? And like, how long it's actually going to take for you to find that, say, one person that's sitting online. So there's a lot of factors to take in there. So the thing is that they've done it for Street Fighter 5. So they have done cross-platform where they've done Steam and PS4 where they could cross-platform that. I wouldn't mind if they just did it for PS4 and Steam, because that's probably where the most competitiveness is. If they did it for Xbox, it would be really cool as well. Switch would just be a bonus, but I would find that Nintendo may have a few issues. I'm not sure. But it would basically increase the player base so much, like the connectivity between the different consoles, because no matter what console you're on, you're going to be able to find players. And that's the issue at the moment, because when you're online, you've got 4 different games online, and everybody's going to pick their own favorite game. Now, that's just going to further spread the community out, because there'll be a lot of players who like ST but as well as Hyper Fighting, or like Third Strike as well as Alpha 3, and basically Switch, you know. but like for like it's just like you don't want to keep on thinning out a community that is already small to begin with. Like you want to give a reason for people to want to be able to just jump on and play. So that's where cross-platform comes into, like, you don't have to worry about, like, oh, so which console are you playing on, or like which platform. It's just anybody can get any version of the game and play together. I feel like cross-platform will be the way to go in the future, but we'll wait for that, to be fair. Other things, obviously, is something simple. I was thinking about the whole thing about like the sound adjust settings. Now, the only problem with that is that after thinking about it the other day, I realized that every time that you go in and out of the game, you're basically loading up save states, right? So if you're to adjust the sound levels of every single save state, like that's what you'll have to do. You have to have like one option where it could adjust the sound for every single save state. So it's like a master sound kind of thing. And I don't know if that's actually possible, or it would take a lot of work, like, to be able to sort that out. So sound adjusting, not too asked about it, but like I can see where people would want it, because obviously if you're streaming and you've got your music in the background, you obviously want just like like for me personally, I would always want just like the sound effects and then get rid of the background music, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable watching experience. But yeah, like I have no idea what they're going to be doing with SF30th. Some people have been saying, oh, like I want like customizable palettes for like Ultra Street Fighter 4, Ultra Street Fighter 2, and I'm like, hey, this is supposed to be like arcade original, like, like like it wasn't designed to be like Ultra Street Fighter 2. Like somebody in my chat the other day actually asked whether or not Ultra Street, basically Violent Ken and Evil Ryu are in Street Fighter 30th, and I was like, dude, like you must at least know about this game. Like, they're not gonna ever have Violent Ken or Evil Ryu in this game unless they did add in for Ultra Street Fighter 2, which is impossible, or very, very super unlikely, because Ultra Street Fighter 2 was dedicated to the Switch, and it's not on any other console. People actually did ask for it. People were thinking, oh, could we get Ultra Street Fighter 2 on, say, PS4? But it's like a complete Switch exclusive, so... what else? So, SF30th, pretty much done and dusted, really. Like, another thing about SF30th, actually, basically the ranking system. Now, I have a huge gripe because I can't believe they haven't actually addressed it in the very first patch, because the highest you can get is a black belt at 2,047 points, which is only viewable when you verse against other players. But on the ranking system, it goes up to only 2,045. So 2,047 is the max amount of points you can get, but 2,045 is what will appear on the leaderboards. Now, because so many people, especially in Third Strike, I've noticed on the Steam version only, is that everybody's already got black belt, and it's literally going to get to a point where there's like the top 50 players are going to get black belt at max points, and then nobody will want to play. And that seems to be the case at the moment, because I did read a few Reddit posts not so long ago about how certain players have got to black belt and then stopped playing. And I feel like it is kind of like a goal that you reach and then just stop, if you know what I mean. So um, I got to #1 in Steam Super Turbo, and I just felt like, oh, well, what's next? So I thought, okay, maybe I'll get onto like #1 on Hyper Fighting, but because Hyper Fighting is so like barren, like there's not many Hyper Fighting players, and the more that there's no Hyper Fighting players, the more that people will feel less inclined to play that game, thus reducing the amount of players that'll ever want to play it, because it becomes like, you know, it becomes like a desert. Nobody's there, like, and it's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, like I feel like if they increase the, apparently it's supposed to be a glitch, but they need to fix it if it is a glitch. If not, they need to increase the amount of points that you can get, as well as like increase the, put on like another black belt or something. I don't know, like a black belt with a second white sash on the front. Like just give us something to work for, you know, and people will want to come back and play. Like single player experience, yeah, it's all well and good, but like the thing is that we're in a day and age of online gaming, and people want to connect with each other. Otherwise, they'll just go back to Fightcade, which other players have actually done that as well. And the thing is that as much as I do like Fightcade, I prefer to support SF30th at the moment, because it's a brand new game and it's developed by Capcom, and I would want to support something that's a lot more official. Thing is that like with Fightcade, you're basically versing the same person over and over and over again, and there's no switch out. Like you can do like first 5 and then find the next person, but like I prefer to automatically find me a match. So you know, maybe that's something to think about in the future. But yeah, I think that's all the topics that I'm going to be discussing for today. Like, I only wanted to make like a very short podcast, which I'll be doing once a week from now on. Name's still in the works, so if you have any name suggestions, please feel free. Don't forget, we've got all the that side, all the social media right there. So you've got Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. So if you want to give those a follow, feel free, and keep up to date with any of my streams. Like I'm always streaming Street Fighter 30th, pretty much nearly every single day. Like, but it's going to be a lot more constant. Plus, you'll be able to keep track of all the Versus Fighting content that I'll be bringing once I go to Versus Fighting. So that'll be recorded and uploaded onto my YouTube channel, which I have linked somewhere. Which like basically I'll link it to my social media. So because I haven't got one of those, you know, custom URL things. But thanks very much if you tuned in today. As I say, follow me on the social medias. Feel free. And I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.
9, 8.